For you, did the journey sort of, in a way, was it motivated by your engagement with Films Division, and how did that sort of feed into the way you were, seeing the, from the conceptualization of the film to how it sort of evolved finally?
Yeah, thanks, Anu. I mean, definitely my entire engagement with this entire process of culture creation, and mainstream culture creation, and especially as reflected in Films Division films. What is an ideal citizen, and what is the image of a culture that you're creating by making your films, which then goes down to Doordarshan later, and then private media, and more the online space now has that. Many of the underlying thoughts here are coming from that entire engagement. So how has China come to us? Apart from all the martial arts films and everything, through propaganda films and through everything that came out in the news or popular images. So for me, it was a wonderful opportunity to be able to visit China as part of the festival and look at these images again, images that have come to us mediated through and produced by these entire systems of cultural image creation, and especially in the case of China, as approved of by the state. So starting by those images of the Cultural Revolution with Mao, and starting with the propaganda image collector Liu Debao, who completely believes in in Mao, in the Cultural Revolution and the images of that time as a time that was ideal and most egalitarian and just and so on. So starting with that, and then the entire journey, especially with our connection with China post liberalization, where China became this aspirational figure for us in terms of its development, in terms of its urban development, and so on.
When you go to a new space, that sort of, just that human contact of just running into somebody randomly, or, that kind of thing is totally absent. There is this kind of distance of observation and of the interview mode.
Sure.
And the film sort of sticks to that very, very sort of consciously. And I was wondering whether there was any reason for that, or if you can sort of...
We never made any attempt to go beyond that, because I said, okay, this is the screen that I'm going to use for this film. These are the images that have come to us, and I'm going to respond to them. So we did try some vox pops, just talking about Indian culture and films and stuff. But finally we took them out of the edit because it wasn't really adding very much to the film. And again, those were vox pops. It was not really trying to make any deeper connect. So we said, okay, we are going to have this screen between us and what we're looking at. So there was no, and who are our so-called characters in the film? It is people from West Heavens and people who were involved in the festival. So of course, these are as real as anybody else, but there's not really a person on the street or anybody else that we engaged with.
I was just wondering, a small question, if while getting the footage which is incorporated in the movie, you had to at some level with some authority declare that you are taking footage, or you just shot it as a tourist and got away with it, or how did you get the footage?
No, we shot as tourists. We landed up there, and this is something I checked, that should I apply for a journalist visa or something. I said, please don't bother, because then it'll take 6 months for you to get clearances and stuff. So please go, shoot, it's okay, and of course do it within limits and come back. So you make the best of what you have. So, yeah.